Good day, viewers. This is Mompoloki Makwana, and welcome to it, the Celebrating Greatness feature, where we are hosting individuals who are making a difference in their communities, whether through their organizations, their businesses, and their voluntary work. And today, I have none other than Goitsemang Khutsafalo. Mr. Goitsemang, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure, man.
Goitsemang Khutsafalo, like we see the book here, you are the author of this book, Think Like an Entrepreneur, Act Like a Prostitute. And you are also having another upcoming book, which we will talk more about it. I want you to share with Motswana, maybe the first time seeing this face and attaching it to the name they always see. Who is Goitsemang Khutsafalo?
To me, the question who always addresses the question of where I come from.
Yeah.
So I come from my mom.
Yes.
And I say this because all the time, everything that I am, I owe it to this woman.
Yeah.
Because she built who I am. Growing up in her house actually exposed me to things about life that I never actually assumed. Something will ever happen like that to a child like myself. I became an entrepreneur not because I did something I was always passionate about. I was given the life by God in the nature of my mom's house that taught us through poverty.
Yeah.
And we had to use our mind, we had to use faith a lot in terms of believing in the better days. And then one day I appreciate about it because my mom's house has taught us that the most greatest thing about being a human being is actually tapping into your talent, tapping into what God gave you to build the future for yourself.
Yeah.
Scripture puts it all the time.
Yeah.
The gift of a man shall build a room for him and present him before great men. So that's something that became a truth for me, and that's why I always say I come from my mom. Literally, that, and also in terms of who I am
and mentorship, all that.
Mentorship and growth and everything, being my mother. And to this day, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a CEO of a company called Launchit International. Through the same business, we run a couple of other mini businesses. We run Project 124, an entrepreneurship development platform for entrepreneurs that want to start business or grow their businesses. And then we also have the Black and Yellow. It's a company that publishes my books. The first one being this one, Think Like an Entrepreneur, Act Like a Prostitute. And people ask me why it's such a title. First and foremost, I appreciate the ideas God gives me in terms of book titles. And to learn what this title was to me, I could realize that we all sell a part of ourselves every day. And the bigger question comes in to say, are we selling ourselves right in the world? And so that's what I mostly do every day. I exist for entrepreneurs. I exist for people that want to be used by God to do amazing things and changing people's life. I live for inspiring change and inspiring people to get to take action on what they wish to do. And that's why I'm an entrepreneur author. I also host a radio show on RB2, the Youth Gear, every Monday at 2 p.m. To do this kind of thing.
Exactly. Same model,
with a lot of other, mostly entrepreneurs, that are purely entrepreneurs. Companies. And that's just about it.
And when someone hears you say that, there is a statement you live by: don't die with your dream, launch it. You create that sense of urgency in individuals to say there's something in you that you can enterprise. Like you are saying, it has been inspired by your mom. There's an organization, you are the founding patron, All Brilliant Minds organization. Talk about that. Where was the need that you show that you want to fit into? Now we are talking the knowledge-based economy. I know you have another term for it. Where was the gap, and how did we see any transformation through that kind of work?
I was 18, first year, second semester, go ABM University College. And that is the time I actually learned that the most important part of being a citizen is not actually what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Being privileged at the time to sit under the mentorship of the late, the former president, and that exposed me to learning how our country needs us more than the country, but more than we actually need our country. Because in all of us is ideas on how things can be better. In most cases, young people, we tend to look at government for solutions. We tend to look at somebody else for solutions. When the solution to what we are seeing as a problem is actually within us.
Part of what you also do with not organization but your business, Launchit Coaching International, is that you have a program where you are targeting entrepreneurs, to create a platform where they can go through the real life entrepreneurial journey simulations, so that they can face this. What inspired that, and what is the major vision of this program in the coming years?
Yeah, I think for me, the entrepreneur that I am was not built by classes.
Yes.
Being set down and told this is how you do marketing. I think I've been to a business school. I was doing accounting and finance at the University.
Yeah.
And most of my modules were on entrepreneurship. But then, deep down in me, I know my mom and my grandmother and my uncle taught me entrepreneurship much better than this.
Yeah.
And you can find even the people that were taught entrepreneurship with, most of them after class that clueless. They don't know, because there's one thing knowing how to do something, and it's actually having a big difference to having a real experience of how to do this.
In application, yeah.
In application, yes. So what happens now was, I realized that it takes an entrepreneur to build an entrepreneur, and we need to create another platform where entrepreneurs that they want to get into the business can come in and experience real life what being a business person is, or an entrepreneur is. And we created a training that actually gave entrepreneurs around the country an opportunity to come in and learn what entrepreneurship is. And we have like only one class in terms of people sitting down.
Yeah.
99% of the things that we do around the country are things that we practically teach entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, selling, the art of selling, the greatest skill in business. And most of the fears that entrepreneurs have, most of the skills that they want to acquire can only be acquired when we put them on the ground to learn all of those. And we're fortunate enough to be sponsored by Hollard Life for 2 years, going to 3 years now. And that got us to be able to reach more entrepreneurs around the country. And it's been great because we built about 28 companies that I can take you to go and see them. We have about 58 entrepreneurs available. They have something to show to be a business. We've reached over 800 entrepreneurs in the last 3 or 4 years of our existence, and we're happy to see such a group coming up to Project 124 as a homegrown program for entrepreneurs that even other countries have an interest in.
All right. So what is required for someone to be part of the program? Because I understand that soon you'll be opening for another cohort. What is really required for an individual to be part of it?
We actually roll out an application for anybody who wants to be a part of it. In different groups. There are people by now they know in themselves that this is what I want to do, but they just don't know how to do it. So we have those people. We have people by the way they know somehow they need to be entrepreneurs, but they can't put a finger on what exactly they would want to do. We have those people, and then we have a group of entrepreneurs that has been entrepreneurs for a couple of years, but they've reached a ceiling in terms of what they want to do. They want to learn more and grow more and scale more. And those are the groups of entrepreneurs that they have. So if you are one of those people, and you can just go into the application panel, apply, and do that.
All right. I'm so happy to see that. I saw the build-up of Project 124, and we can see the variety that it brings about. And the people now who are really into it, they understand that they have to own it up for themselves to build something, right? Now, let's talk about your journey now into writing and the birthing of, think like an entrepreneur, act like a prostitute. Talk about the book and talk about your entire mission into what you really want to do, to build a community of entrepreneurs who think like prostitutes.
Well, when I first told people about my book, there was this phrase that always repeated itself. I always see it even today on my comments on my Facebook page. People will say, nah, I don't read, I'm not a books person. I don't really wish to read books and entrepreneurship. They sound like textbooks, but when they saw my book, they said, I don't read, but your book, I will read it. And I was happy because I got to see that business has always been put in ways in which are very complicated for people. And to an extent that the people, by the way, they think entrepreneurship is for certain people, not everybody. And to an extent that people make misconceptions of thinking entrepreneurship is about owning a business, but they don't see that people don't own businesses or companies. They are the business themselves. And what do we say to those people by now that they exist today in today's entrepreneurship world, which is filtrated by technology? We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, going to the fifth. We're talking about globalization at social media level. We're talking about globalization in terms of quality of ideas and how the world needs to be. And Botswana need to participate in such things. Government of Botswana always wants young people to be at the forefront of the transformation agenda, for example, in terms of, like you said earlier, about creating a knowledge-based economy. Through what I do, which is serving economy-based knowledge.
Yes. Economy-based knowledge, yes.
People about, this is your role in this. I don't think there's a coincidence in all of us existing in this world at this, such a time, with all the ideas that God gave us. And the most biggest question is, how do we actually put those things out there in a competitive way, in a sustainable way, in a way that it can actually grow to the people. I wish for Botswana to create things that I can meet them in Iraq, or in Afghanistan, or maybe in America, or in China, and I say, I know this thing is for my country. And that is why I wanted to write a book and say, we can actually do this. Before my book, when you walk into a bookstore, you can look and see and the rest of the world. And I've seen myself when I sell my book to some people, and they will just look at it and they're like, South Africa.
Yes.
And I'm like, why do you think
this is a local content?
This is the local book, and many more are coming of the same. And that is why it makes me excited every time to write more content that is globally competitive. But not only to make me better at writing, but actually to get more people to be better at what they're doing, because that's the only reason why I exist in the first place.
Iron sharpen iron.
Yes.
There's a statement that I really liked, and I had it been said recently at India conference at South Africa. And they were talking about business, that the world is opening. And the statement you like to say was that the world is coming to Botswana. And if we are not doing anything, we are going to be watching people playing at a global scale. What would you like to say to a person who's sitting there, not thinking about whether they're entrepreneur, but they have ideas and where they can start igniting that fire and building something on their corner? What do you have for them?
I think maybe I can share with them is that, like for example, myself, I don't see myself as a candle that lies to illuminate the world. I see myself as a candle that lies to ignite other candles.
That's powerful.
So that our light all together can actually illuminate the world. And if we choose to hold back in terms of being ignited as candles to increase the light that's already there, we are not only robbing ourselves and the world, we are robbing God of the reason why He put us on the world in the first place. And like you said, when you sit down, it doesn't mean the other people are sitting down. There's a child in Kenya who's dreaming to see their businesses growing all over the world. All over the world means coming to countries like ours. There are children all over that are very serious about changing people's lives, that are very serious about running African big businesses. And their expansion means tapping into our markets. So whether you dream not to go to their countries or not, they will come here. And the truth is, they are coming for the same customers that you were to serve right now. The same is true also with them. We can build things here in Botswana that can be felt in Kenya, that can be felt in Rwanda, or anywhere in the world. And that is where I want people to understand that playing small or holding back with what you were given. I know there's so many reasons around it. Maybe people don't believe more in themselves. Or maybe they don't believe in what they have been given by God, because they see another person's project that's much better to reach the world than theirs. But either way, there's a reason why God gave us each of those projects, and pursuing them with the mindset of knowing this must grow somewhere. First and foremost, this is an idea from a global God. And I don't think His intention is to make you a local champion.
So I really love that. And one of the statement about two you like sharing was that we should learn as people to create a process where we are working on the business, not inside in the business. I think the entrepreneurial part, normally we don't emphasize that. So talk about it where we are saying we have intrapreneurs and we have entrepreneurs. So
I think even in my book I said this, that all of us are selling something. Like I said earlier, even about the book, all of us are selling a part of ourselves every day. There are people who are selling their ideas or trading the ideas, and the people that are selling their skills. At the end of the day, we are all rewarded for what we are doing for the world. And what happens in most cases that people, when we talk about business or entrepreneurship, they think of people that run businesses.
Yeah.
But they don't see that even them, they are intrapreneurs, which means entrepreneurs within a certain organization or within an organ. So instead of establishing a business out of an idea that you birthed, you are part of a business that's there.
Yeah.
And you're selling yourself in making that business successful. And in as much as we see our value in this, because I think also it's because we've made entrepreneurship look so fashionable, and I'm guilty for this because I'm one of those people that do it that way. But we've made it so fashionable that we're excluding people from seeing how the role that they can actually play now, to an extent that they believe if the world was to change was through entrepreneurs. As much as part of it is true, but does not say everybody else cannot change the world. So that's why I was saying that when you build something, the end game of it is that you must know your role and your time frame within the same thing. So you must grow from working inside the business, like being part of the day-to-day operations of what you are doing, because the company will only run at your capacity as a person, and it will only run to an extent of what you can do as an individual. And when you grow in terms of your vision, and when you grow in terms of your knowledge, and to grow in terms of your experience, you get to see that the best part of running any business is not when you are within the business itself. It's when you are outside, you can look at it and you can work on it, just like a child is being raised from home. Imagine if you were to be grown from within. It doesn't happen like that. You are given a chance to grow. You can look at something and you can see a lot of things, which is why it is easier for somebody to commentate and say, host a show like this one is easy, I can do better than Makwana. Or somebody can say, why must I go and It's always easy to look at it from outside. And that is why that is an advantage you can still use for your business. When you look at your business from that point of view, because now you can start seeing the blind spots of your business that you can start addressing in terms of a consulting or leadership or strategic leadership for your business. That's why I always share that, because it's important to know that to start is not the biggest thing. To end what you've done is the biggest thing, and the only end part of what you want to do is when you graduate in all three levels of growth, from operation to management and now to leadership.
All right. Recently you have started an amazing program on Radio Botswana 2 RB2 every Mondays. Talk about the mission and how people can listen to it and how they can, create impact through the program. What's the mission behind that? And when it's fully fledged, how would you like to see our economy, especially among entrepreneurs? And that's if that's your mission.
In the next 16 years, that will be 2036. The country has a plan in terms of transforming into a certain status of the economy that we have to see as ourselves, as the leadership of our president. His dream is always to see the country grow into a high income status as a country. And like the budget speech, I was hosting a show during a budget speech. One day I've got to see as key highlights of the minister was that. But Banana, of course, I don't blame them. Most of them were saying that the minister didn't address youth issues. They didn't see what the government's plan is in terms of empowering young people. So many comments from other political leaders also were in line with that, talking about employability, talking about employment, talking about a specific statement and commitment by government saying we commit to do this.
This for the young people,
but then on the flip side of it, when you look at the same speech, you can actually see the overall vision of the country, and you can actually see a role that we can play as young people. In the first place, 60% of the population of Ghana is young people. 90% of SMEs are run by young people. And in the world, 70% of the jobs are created by SMEs. And you can see the power of entrepreneurship in the world. So when we are young people in this country, blessed as we are, because even on my way from my previous meeting, we actually mapping out all the solutions that are in Botswana for young people. There's so many of them. And what I wish to pledge or maybe encourage young people to look into, to say, with shows like myself, the most important part of why we host the show is to educate young people about their role in government, about their role in, living out the best part of why they exist in the first place, of what can they do for their country. So there are so many people that does this all over the country.
Yeah.
So what we do is we invite some of those people to come and share the stories and share what they are doing for the country. But the bigger part of that is actually sharing information that can help people that are watching in terms of how can they better the projects that they're doing and impacting the world, putting them in the map. Because my show, I think, it airs after lunch on Monday.
Yeah.
It's very rare to get such a time.
Yeah, true.
And it puts the young people at the right time on radio when everybody is ready to listen.
Yeah.
All over government offices, all over the country, with people that are ready to taxi.
Yeah.
With people that are listening from home. Everybody's done with what the major activities of their day.
Yeah.
And they can now sit down and listen. There's a person in Shakashogo who is actually doing one too.
Yeah.
So I see my show as a platform that synchronizes entrepreneurship all over the country, weekly on radio, and we can be able to play a bigger impact in terms of getting everybody on the line. But most importantly, keep everybody on the loop of where the government is going and how can we be a part of the transformation agenda. Because all of it is for our benefit. But it will only benefit people who determine that they're going to do something about it and contribute. Not those who wish to sit down and be told what they're going to do and not what they're going to take out.
All right. The way you are saying it is so impactful, especially talking about the ownership of knowing that there's nothing new coming. Nothing new is coming, and we only can do our best where we are to take our country to the next level. Let's talk about the masterpiece that's coming, your next book that's coming. What is it about, and what's your major mission to people out there who really want to do something? What is the book? Who is the book targeting, and what is the message behind the book?
Yeah, my book, for the first time in the country, actually, we have a book titled in Kalanga.
Wow.
And it's still a business book. It's titled in Kalanga because one of the things that I was addressing, I don't know if this is going to be my life. Every time I release a book, there's always questions. Why that title? I remember with this one, people like, but you thought you were a Christian. Why are you talking about this? So it actually gives me an opportunity to explain and share my heart with people. And say, it's Kalanga firstly because the words that made the title are words that were said by my grandmother. I was raised in such a home where to say, at the end of the day, if you look at it, it's like a voice. You don't need your voice to speak to yourself. So you have it because God wants the rest of the people to be able to hear what you say. And the way your voice has been tuned and created and crafted is because God has a specific people that He has designed their ears to be enticed by such kind of voices and sound. And sometimes it's not the content that reaches the people. It's the tone of the voice. It's the temperature of the voice. It's the composure of the person speaking the same way. And which is when I'm trying to implore people that right now is the most perfect time to look within and say, what is it that God has given you and how can it impact the world? I'm not talking about money, even as much as the title is primarily based on money. The bigger part of it is what is the impact that we can have in the world using what God has been given to us. I know it's a topic that most people think has been exhausted, but I took it as an opportunity to tell the world a story that they have never had from Africa. A story that every time I remember there are books that came in the last 7 years from Africa, that every time you tune into an American TV, you see the authors of it, talking about African stories that inspire the world. So I believe my grandmother's story is one of those stories. My mom's story is one of those stories that needs to make it to the global scale. So I wrote about it, and I wrote why she said that. So actually, Marimavu is a phrase that is famous in Kalanga. If you want to excite a Kalanga person, just say Marimavu.
What does it mean?
Loosely, it means money is everywhere.
Wow.
But directly it means money is like soil. So I studied soil science to learn why God wanted me to learn about that and sort of connect soil to money and also connect my grandmother to me and also connect Africa to the world and also connect the future to the past and connect all of this together into one book. And also address issues of culture. Because like I'm saying, I am a multiple of so many cultures.
Yeah.
Herero is a Zulu, is there, you have the Kalaka, you have culture. So I wrote a book that's going to help people to see themselves and push themselves from where they are. They should change the world.
Wow, I'm looking forward to that book, and I'm sure. When are the dates for the launch?
It's April the 3rd. So actually, I figured April the 3rd is also my mother's birthday.
Oh wow,
She's
awesome!
70 years old.
This is amazing.
So that's gonna be a great day to celebrate. She has never had a birthday party.
Yeah.
I believe that's the biggest.
It's the biggest present ever. All right. Say Khutsafalo, thank you so much. On social media, where can people contact you? But before you share your social media contacts and where they can get this wonderful gift, the last words to the viewers. What's your last word to someone and they feel like, there's so much. I feel like Mompoloki Makwana simulate. What's your word to them?
I think maybe I can speak only to those who are like me.
Yeah.
I don't mean like me now. I mean like me before I started anything.
Yeah.
Before I started anything, I was 18 years old. I had never seen a young person in this country do anything.
Yeah.
That was a time where the elder generation would not listen.
Yeah.
I was from Mahalapo in Gaps. I was shy my whole life from standard 1 to form 5. So it actually came to a point where when I said I can't, I had to prove because I know myself.
Yeah.
I didn't believe much in what I do. I was not as wise as I am now. And I had to trust God because God told me I'm going to use you in your generation.
Yeah.
So I had to trust that word as God has given it to me. At the time, it did not make sense when God said, I'm going to put you in the face of everyone and I'm going to use your hands to transform the lives of people.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what God meant by it. But I've seen that God can actually use people like me, like you, in changing the world. You don't have to be anybody.
Exactly.
To be used by God in that. Does not matter what it is. Sometimes when you decide can you change the world or not, and you use what you know about yourself, the answer is always going to be no. But if you use what God has told you about who you are, what you are, and why you are here, you realize that actually you can change the world. You don't have to replicate what anybody is doing. I think my biggest fear is seeing myself doing something because I want to be better than somebody. I want to see this guy do this and I want to try to do.
Trying to be what you are not.
I always wait for God to tell me this is what I want you to do and make sure that at the end of the day, like I said, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
The biggest question after all of this is not how many lives have I impacted. It's not how much money have I made. You can make an impact of 70 million people but in the wrong thing and not having influenced one person with why you are here in the first place. And that's why I keep telling people that everything that God has given you to do is not for the fun of it. When God looked at the world, like today as we look into the business world, when you see a problem, you think a company or a product or a service. But when God looked at the world and saw a problem, he thought a person, you. And the reason why you are here is because there are things inside of you that needs to come out, that needs to be birthed into the world. And like the scripture says, the gift God gives you will make a difference. And it will present you before great men. I mean, look at me. I know people see me now and they're like, maybe has always been a dreamer. Maybe he's always been a dreamer. Something. No, nothing. Ask people I was at school with, they'll tell you.
They don't even know you.
I don't know myself sometimes. Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, this me is me. Sometimes I get events at other countries and the MC is reading out my profile and I'm listening and it's almost like I'm listening about another person and I get to realize at the end of the day when they say please welcome and for the first time I hear my name. So actually this is actually the person that the world sees and that's the person God built out of the person I knew myself to. And that's the only thing I like to share with people, that it's all about looking inside, who does God say you are, and just be that.
Yeah. So Khutsafalo, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to the new book. You know, like they say, human beings have unlimited potential. You have all it takes to change your life around, and that seed of greatness is within you. Copies of his books are available. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.